everyone, it's Emily with Get Fit Now, and today I'm going to show you how to make healthy cupcakes. It's a great option if you're craving something sweet or if you want to take a treat with you to a party. So here's what you're going to need to get started. You're going to need strong coffee. I've picked up instant coffee just because Dustin and I don't drink coffee, so we don't own a coffee pot. You're going to need 1 ripe banana, 2 cage-free brown eggs, 1/3 cup of whey protein powder. You can use either vanilla or chocolate, sea salt, baking powder, coconut oil, and cocoa powder. And you want to make sure that when you pick this up, it says 100% CaCao. And now we're going to go ahead and start mixing our ingredients. So we're going to start with the wet ingredients and then we're going to add the dry. So we're going to add our 1/3 cup of coffee. And we're going to add our coconut oil. And make sure with your coconut oil, I heated mine up for about 20 seconds in the microwave, just because coconut oil is a solid consistency when you first take it out of the jar. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and mash our banana. You're just going to mash it with your fork. And you would typically want to use a banana that was a little bit riper than the one I had with me today. Get that all mashed up. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to go ahead and add our 2 eggs. And make sure you don't drop any eggshells in there like I just did. Now we're going to mix up all our wet ingredients. And we're going to start adding our dry ingredients. Now we've got all of our wet ingredients in the bowl and our mashed banana. And we're going to go ahead and add our dry ingredients. So like I said, we are using vanilla whey protein. I'm going to go ahead and add that to my mixture.
1/3 cup?
1/3 cup. I'm going to add 1/3 cup of my cocoa powder. And you know, people ask me a lot of times when I'm baking why I use coffee if I don't like the taste of coffee. And the thing is that cocoa by itself is very bitter. And so the coffee actually counteracts that bitterness and makes it sweet, and you won't even be able to taste coffee at all in these cupcakes when they're done. So we'll go ahead and mix this all up. Starting to look like chocolate cupcakes. And our last 2 ingredients that we need to add is our sea salt and our baking powder. So for the sea salt, we need 1/2 teaspoon. Now I've got my grinder, so this is going to be made a little bit of a mess there. I'm just going to do a couple squirts of that. Like I said, you're doing 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt. And then we need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So this is a 4, so I'm going to do 4 of these 1/4 scoops. I'm going to mix all this up. Now you want to make sure that you don't overmix this, because if you over stir it, you're going to end up getting little holes in your cupcakes. So you want to stir it just until all your ingredients are mixed up. And then I'm going to be using a mini cupcake pan for mine. So I'm going to get little bite-sized cupcakes. I'm just going to go ahead and pour my mixture in. Alright, I went ahead and poured my cupcake mixture into my mini cupcake pan. And I also set my oven for 350 degrees. So because I'm making mini cupcakes, I'm only going to put these in the oven for 20 minutes. But if you're making larger cupcakes, then you'd put them in the oven for 30 to 40. So in a couple minutes, check back and I'm going to show you how to make some icing. Alright, so I just pulled my cupcakes out of the oven and they ended up only needing to stay in for 12 minutes. So just kind of check your cupcakes. These were smaller. Like I said, if you're making larger cupcakes, you would have them in there for around 20 to 40 minutes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make chocolate icing. So again, you're going to need your cocoa. You're going to need 1 can of coconut cream, 2 packs of stevia, and vanilla extract. So I'm going to start by putting my coconut cream in my bowl, and I picked this coconut cream up at Publix, so you don't have to go to Whole Foods to find it. A store like Publix or Kroger should have it for you. Get this in here. And I'm going to show you the consistency of this coconut cream. So when you first pour it out, this is what it looks like. Now I'm going to add in my 2 packs of stevia to sweeten it up. I'm also going to add 5 tablespoons of my cocoa. Now if you want vanilla icing, you just wouldn't add the cocoa to this. 5. Alright, we got that in there. We're going to go ahead and stir this up really quick. And last but not least, I'm going to add my vanilla extract. And you need 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And if you want, you could add a pinch of sea salt to this, but I typically don't when I'm making my icing. So I'm going to mix this all up and then I'm going to show you what it looks like when I'm done. Alright, so here's what the finished product of the icing looks like. Now, if after you finish making your icing, if it's a little bit runny, just put it in the freezer for about an hour or so until you get it to that thick, desired consistency. And now I'm just going to put some icing on my cupcakes. And there you go, a healthy cupcake option. I hope you enjoy.